Mark Zuckerberg.
I'm here to tell you that finding your purpose isn't enough. Purpose is that feeling that you are a part of something bigger than yourself, that you are needed. Let me tell you a secret. Ideas don't come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. You just have to get started.
We're going to take a look at the top 10 richest people in the world and find out how they made their fortunes. These individuals are at the top of the wealth ladder and have earned their place through hard work, determination, and a little bit of luck. Mark Zuckerberg, with a net worth of $75 billion. Zuckerberg co-founded Facebook in 2004 and has since grown the social media giant into one of the largest companies in the world. Facebook has over 2.7 billion monthly active users.
For today's video, pag-uusapan natin ang sekreto sa tagumpay ng isa sa pinakasikat na entrepreneur at isa sa pinakamayaman na tao sa buong mundo. Amen? That needs no introduction. Kaya tara na at pag-usapan na natin ang mga kaasenso tips ni Mark Zuckerberg for success. Kung bago ka lamang sa channel ko, my name is Glenn and I provide motivational and educational video sa channel ko na magbibigay sa iyo ng mga kaasenso tips para maging successful at umasenso sa buhay. But before we start, please click subscribe and hit the notification bell para ma-update kita sa mga bagong mga videos na i-upload natin. Tara, start na tayo! Mga kaasenso tips ni Mark Zuckerberg for success. Kaasenso tip number 1. Purpose is what creates true happiness.
Today, I want to talk about purpose. But I'm not here to give you the standard commencement about finding your purpose. We're millennials. We try to do that instinctively. Instead, I'm here to tell you that finding your purpose isn't enough. The challenge for our generation is to create a world where everyone has a sense of purpose. Purpose is that feeling that you are a part of something bigger than yourself, that you are needed, and that you have something better ahead to work for. Purpose is what creates true happiness.
Kaasenso tip number 2. You just have to get started.
Every generation has its defining works. More than 300,000 people worked to put that man on the moon, including that janitor. Millions of volunteers immunized children around the world against polio, and millions of more people built the Hoover Dam and other great projects. And now it's our generation's turn to do great things. Now I know, maybe you're thinking, I don't know how to build a dam. I don't know how to get 1 million people involved in anything. Well, let me tell you a secret. No one does when they begin. Ideas don't come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. You just have to get started. If I had to know everything about connecting people before I got started, I never would have built Facebook.
Kaasenso tip number 3. The greatest successes comes from having the freedom to fail.
Now, years later, I understand that that is how things work when there's no sense of higher purpose. So it's up to all of us to create it so we can all keep moving forward together. J.K. Rowling got rejected 12 times before she finally wrote and published Harry Potter. Even Beyoncé had to make hundreds of songs to get Halo. The greatest successes come from having the freedom to fail. Facebook wasn't the first thing I built. I also built chat systems and games, study tools and music players, and I'm not alone. The challenge for our generation is to create a world where everyone has a sense of purpose.
Kaasenso tip number 4. The biggest risk in life is not taking a risk.
The biggest risk you can take is not taking any risk. And I really think that that's true, right? I mean, a lot of people, I think that, whenever it comes to, whenever you get yourself into a position where you have to make some big shift in direction or do something, there are always, people are going to point to the downside risks of that decision. And locally, there may be right? I mean, for any given decision that you're going to make, there's upside and downside. But in aggregate, if you are stagnant and you don't make those changes, then I think you're guaranteed to fail, right? And not catch up. So to some degree, I think it's really right that over time, the biggest risk that you can take is not taking any risk.
Kasenso tip number 5, clear ideas.
I remember that night I launched Facebook from that little dorm in Kirkland House. I went to Noakes with my friend KX, and I remember telling him clearly that I was excited to help connect the Harvard community, but one day someone would connect the whole world. The thing is, it never even occurred to me that that someone might be us. There were all these great big technology companies with all these resources, and I just assumed one of them would do it. But this idea was so clear to us that all people want to connect. So we just kept working on it, day after day after day.
Kasenso tip number 6, please be prepared to be misunderstood.
It's really good to be idealistic, but be prepared to be misunderstood. Anyone working on a big vision is going to get called crazy, even if you end up right. Anyone taking on a complex problem is going to get blamed for not fully understanding it, even though it's impossible to know everything up front. Anyone taking initiative will always get criticized for moving too fast because there's always someone who wants to slow you down.
Kasenso tip number 7, don't be afraid of making mistakes.
In our society, we often don't take on big things because we're so afraid of making mistakes that we ignore all the things wrong today if we do nothing. Anything we do today is going to have some issues in the future. But that can't stop us from getting started. So what are we waiting for? It is time for our generation-defining great works.
So yan, yung mga Kasenso tips ni Mark Zuckerberg for success. Naway nakapulutan mo ng aral, magamit mo at i-apply mo sa pag-abot mo ng mga goals at mga pangarap mo sa buhay. Kung nagustuhan mo yung video natin ngayon, please comment below Facebook para malaman ko Kasenso na tinapos mo itong video ko. Before we end, please click subscribe and hit the notification bell para lalo pa akong ganahan at gumawa ng maraming videos na makakatulong sa'yo. O sige na Kasenso, goodbye na for now, and don't forget, a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Bye!